What's up guys, welcome back to myself Tuned Engines. On today's episode I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can make your own subwoofer box or custom subwoofer box so you can go ahead and put in your car. Alright guys, in case you're wondering, we're going to go ahead and make this subwoofer box for our 1971 Super Beetle. Let me go ahead and explain y'all why we're going to go ahead and do that. Alright guys, let me go ahead and show you what we're going to go ahead and do on this Beetle. So basically, as y'all can see, this car has like a full built like audio system. Has some, I think they're Memphis speakers, everything. And also we have some speakers. We have some speakers in the very back right there as well. And I know what you're thinking, hey Carlos, does that thing already have speakers? So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So basically this car only has like, I'd call them speakers. It doesn't have a subwoofer. And that's what we're gonna go ahead and put today in this car because we want to have that bass in this car, because this car has a bunch of like we call treble and all those high notes, but we want those low notes. So we're gonna go ahead and make our own custom subwoofer box so we can go ahead and make it fit in this little freaking car. And I have an idea where it's gonna go. Let me go ahead and show you on the little bit. What's up guys, Carlos here to tell y'all the difference between a sealed box and a ported box so y'all know which ones y'all want to build. So a sealed box is actually gonna be a little bit more quiet. It's actually not gonna get into like those low bass notes as much. So yeah, they just tend to be a little bit more quiet. And honestly guys, if you make a sealed box, it's actually gonna be a little bit more smaller compared to a ported box, just because you're not gonna have to put a port and have extra space for port. So that's the per running a seal, that you can make them smaller, just that they don't get into those low notes as much. So a box that's actually ported for a subwoofer is actually gonna be way more louder. It's gonna get into those low notes way more. It's gonna vibrate your whole car and all of that, just because it has a port. So a port is actually a chamber where all the air can escape. Let me go ahead and show you. So basically, the air can escape through here, making the subwoofer relieve all that pressure it has, and also making it move more. If you've seen videos, if you go ahead and look at videos of like a sealed box compared to a ported box, you're actually gonna see that a ported box moves way more than a sealed one. But yeah, so that's the difference between running a ported and a sealed box. My opinion, I believe that ported is a way more better box, and that's what we're gonna be building today, a subwoofer that has a ported box, just because they're a little bit more louder and they get into those low bass notes the most, because I like the freaking bass. But yeah guys, so if you can make your box ported as well, you can just put like an extra wall. So you put one on the outside, and you put one in the middle, and you leave a little like gap in the back. That counts as a ported box as well. Or if you want to have something easier, you can actually go ahead and buy these cones that they made like pre-built. You just make a hole on your box, like for example here in the middle, or here on the top I mean. You just stick that thing in there as far as back as you can. But that's enough talking guys. Now y'all know if y'all want a sealed or a ported box, but that's y'all's decision to make. But enough talking, let's go ahead and get back into the video. Alright, so right now we're in the back of the car, and I want to pour like underneath this box right here, basically like these speakers. I believe there is like some empty space right here underneath, so let's go ahead and find out. Another reason you might want to build your own subwoofer box is because, as you can see, we have no room in this car at all. Like, this box doesn't have to be tiny. So by you building your own custom subwoofer box, you can make it to your dimensions, how you want to fit your car, and also like the space you have to work with. Alright guys, so for the very first step, the first thing you have to do is actually go ahead and measure the location you're going to put this box in. The first measurement you need is the height. That's how tall your box is going to be. The second one is going to be your width. That's how long it's going to be. And then the last one is going to be your depth, which is how deep your box is going to go into the location. You need these three important measurements to make sure they're correct. Double check, because this will either make your box fit or not fit. So we're going to go ahead and measure like how high we can go with the box. So now that we've measured, we have like a pretty good like understanding how big we can make this box. So basically the height is going to have to stay around 11.5 inches. That's for the height. Our width, we have like around 23, but I'm gonna go ahead and put 20 just for right now, just so we can know in case you want to like make the box a little bit bigger. That's our width guys, that's how long it is. The last measurement that we need is like the depth, and the depth is exactly 12, like 1 foot 12 inches. So basically the depth is 12 inches or a foot. Alright guys, now that y'all have those measurements, y'all are basically ready to make the box. But in case y'all want to have like a prototype or like a 3D model of how the box is gonna look, you can actually click on this website down below I provided, and you just put the width, the length, and like the depth of the box, and how big your subwoofer is. That's another important thing to know. So this one's an 8-inch. That's why I got an 8-inch, because I knew there was not that much room right there. But if y'all have a 10-inch, y'all can go ahead and just put 10-inch subwoofer, 12-inch, 15, 18, and it will tell you how big your box is gonna be, and how big each panel is gonna be, the top, bottom, and the sides, and everything. But yeah, guys, now that y'all know that, I'm actually gonna go ahead and use the website myself, just so we can have an understanding of how the box is gonna look like, and I'll show you how it's gonna look like in a little bit. Alright guys, so as you can see, we're on the website right now. It's called subpro.com, and you can see this website is pretty cool. You can like zoom out, you can see like all the stuff inside the box, you can see the port and everything. So this is just like a little box I made a long time ago, but we're actually gonna go ahead and do the dimensions for this box. So we're actually gonna keep a ported box. We're gonna put the width at exactly 12 inches. We went ahead and did 12 inches because it'll be easier for us. Our height is gonna be 10 inches, so we can have some clearance. And then our depth is actually changed by the net internal volume, so we're gonna have to change it to 0.6 so we can get the depth we need. And our material thickness is 1/2 inch. We're gonna be doing a single panel. We are gonna be putting one subwoofer that is an 8-inch subwoofer. And then now we can go ahead and do our port. So our port is actually gonna be on we're actually gonna put the port on the right side panel, but it's actually gonna be in the front. This is just so y'all can see. And then we only have one port. Our inner diameter of the port is 1 inch, and then that's pretty much it. Now we can go ahead and calculate the box. See, alright guys, so as you can see, this is how our box is gonna look like with the little port on the side. We're actually gonna go ahead and put 2 ports in the front instead, but this is how it tells you how it's gonna be. So you can go ahead and look around and everything. As you can see, we're gonna have plenty of backspace, and then we can make it to where we can see the dimensions and everything, and we can also take apart everything. So we're gonna go ahead and see all the dimensions of each side we need, and then we can take it apart to see it more in detail. But yeah guys, so this is how this works. Just go ahead and input all your dimensions and everything, and they'll give you basically like a 3D design of how your box is gonna look like. And you can also play around with it and make it to how you want, the frequency you want, and everything. But yeah, that's how we're gonna go ahead and do ours for right now. Alright guys, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and like draw out everything, and then I'm gonna go ahead and mark it so we can have like a perfect idea of what's gonna look like. I like to put everything down like on the wood first, and then I'll cut them afterwards, just so it's a little bit easier for me. Let's go ahead and do this side though. Left, and those are 10.5. Perfect. Alright guys, so this is actually perfect measuring on my part, guys. Guys. Alright guys, now with that done, we're actually ready to start creating all our pieces. I was like putting down all the panels on the wood, so we know what we're gonna go ahead and do. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get the saw out, then we're gonna go ahead and start cutting. Let's go ahead and move all this out of the way. Have all our pieces built, or actually come on, not built, now we got build them. So basically we're gonna go ahead and put the panel together now, and I'll go ahead and show you how that's gonna go ahead and work. We're actually gonna go ahead and use some liquid nails, and then also a nail gun or brad nailer, so we can put them together. Okay, so we're actually gonna go ahead and start with the bottom and the rear side or the front side, doesn't matter, whichever one y'all want. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is put a layer of liquid nails on here on both sides, squish them together, yeah, make sure they're perfectly aligned, and then put them together like so. Shoo! So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Hey guys, it's also really important, don't mess up the sides. So as y'all saw, like whenever I was trying to pour it like so, it wasn't adding up. Like it was a little bit too tall. So make sure that you get the right side. So in this case, it's going to be this side and this side. Make sure it's really, really important, or else your box is not going to come out right. So let's go ahead and do that. So we know it's going to be this side to this side. And don't be scared to pour a lot, guys. You want this thing to hold, because all that big you're going to be putting through that car, it might tear the box. So you want to pour a lot, guys. Don't go gentle on it. Alright guys, so it doesn't drip. You can just like pull back on this and it'll be fine. But now we're gonna go ahead and glue these together. I'm actually gonna do them standing up like so. So we're gonna go ahead and go like this. We're gonna go ahead and squish them together. And like this glue is like pretty good. So like if you leave it like standing up like this, it's gonna grab. Then you wanna go ahead and smear with your finger. And then this is where you get your nail gun or your brad nailer, and you go ahead and go ham with it. Basically, this is enough to hold it for right now. As y'all can see, that ain't going nowhere. So now what you can do is you can go ahead and actually like you can see that like the nail gun actually went ahead and pushed them a little bit further. So now we're actually gonna go ahead and flip this around. We're actually gonna go ahead and go like this, because remember guys, glue helps it seal better, so you're not gonna have any air escaping at all. Go ahead and see my finger. Alright guys, so now that we have the bottom, we can actually go ahead and connect the front. Let's see if we can actually go ahead and connect one of the sides as well. Alright guys, and just like that, we are technically halfway done with the box construction. So what we have to do next is actually go ahead and put the other side, the rear panel, and then the top panel, and that'll be it. Alright guys, and just like that, we have our box pretty much completely assembled. The next thing we have to do is actually cut out the subwoofer is gonna be it, like the circle, like the car, so can go inside the panel. But besides that, we're almost pretty much done with like one of the, basically the hardest thing of the build, which is building the box. You can make your own subwoofer box for like whatever size you need. You don't have to use brad nailers if you don't want to. You can use like actual screws. But for me, since like I'm only using like a one panel, or like it's only like one panel of thickness, I just need nailers. And also it's a small subwoofer, but you can make it out of wood, you can make it out of nails or screws, however you want. I can make the baffle thicker, however you want to do it. There's like no like limitations. The only thing that really like really does break or make the design of your box is how much space you have inside your car. That's why we're building it like this, since we don't have much space. So yeah. So now guys, we're actually gonna go ahead and make the cutout for the subwoofer. So the cutout for the subwoofer actually goes on this panel over here, right here. So basically guys, you can go ahead and just measure the inside from here. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to measure the inside like so. So as you can see, it's 7 inches. Even though they say it's an 8-inch subwoofer, it's only 7 inches. I feel like I'm getting scammed, but basically it's 7 inches. So now let me go ahead and show you how you can transfer it to your box right here and get the perfect circle. Okay guys, so basically this is how it works. So you're gonna go ahead and find the center of your box. So basically, since right now it's 6, we can put 6 right here, and like 3/8, yeah, like 4 3/8. Like right about there, we can go ahead and mark it out like so. And now guys, this is where like the fun part begins, like the easy part after this. So basically, since we know we have a 7-inch subwoofer, we have to make this cut out right here so our subwoofer can go inside, then this part stays out. So we know that half of 7 is 3.5. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to go ahead and mark this right here. So you're gonna put a mark at 1 right here. Then since we want to go out 3.5, we're actually gonna go ahead and put the mark at 3.5. Yeah, 4.5 since we start at 1. And now we're gonna go ahead and put a screw through there into the other side. Let me show you. Okay. Alright guys, and now that the tip is barely showing, this is why we go ahead and do this. So now we can actually go ahead and turn it like so, and we can mark our, basically like our circle. So we're gonna go ahead and just scratch the surface of this, and you're gonna see that we're gonna have a perfect circle here in the middle of it. Alright guys, and basically if you want to go ahead and do this, the way you do is that you actually go ahead and measure the inside of the subwoofer. So you measure the inside of the subwoofer just like the part right here, not the outside, not where like the holes go through. And then for example, since we had 7, go ahead and divide it by 2, which is 3.5. And then you measure your screws and you put them 3.5 inches apart. If you have a 10-inch, the same thing, measure the inside. 10 inches are like around like 9, I believe. So you gotta do it at 4.5. 12 are like a 5.5, and so on and so forth. It's really easy, and it's also like a faster way instead of free drawing it and tracing around. Oh snap, like butter guys, like butter. So you guys always double check your work. Alright guys, well at this point, I'm actually happy to say that we actually have a complete box. See, oh snap. Actually came out pretty cool. I like how it came out. So yeah, we basically have like a finished box now. And the next thing we're actually gonna go ahead and do is I'm actually gonna go ahead and apply a little bit more glue to the inside of the box, just so we can make sure we have a really good seal. Then after that, we're actually gonna go ahead and wrap the box with carpet. And then we're actually gonna make our install final. Alright guys, so now we're actually gonna get to like the part I actually like the least, just because like I'm not really good at like this part that's up next. But don't expect anything good from this guys. I'm not that good at putting carpet. I need more practice with it, but hopefully one day I'll be as good. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up. Put some in. Then you can go ahead and put everything inside your speaker box, and we can go ahead and start making the screw holes. So let's go ahead and do that guys. We're almost so close. Alright guys, and just like that, we have our own custom built subwoofer that can fit in our custom built Beetle. Alright guys, now it's time to actually install our subwoofer. So let's go ahead and get inside the car so we can go ahead and install it. there's really like not that much room. I think we went ahead and did like exactly perfect the way it has to be. I think I can push it back like another like inch, but yeah, we did not spare any room at here at all. But that's good. That means it's gonna be a snug fit. And damn, actually came out really good. So we're gonna go ahead and finish connecting it, and then we'll go from there. All right guys, well, I'm happy to announce that our subwoofer is installed and in. Like, it's pretty snug up in there, like perfect dimensions. Good thing it wasn't bigger or smaller. But yeah, so basically this is how it's gonna be. And then like if we close it, see, like it doesn't even like it lets the seat close all the way, like so. So yeah, so I guess now guys, it's like the time to see like how it's gonna sound and perform. So let me go ahead and get all of this cleaned up, and we'll do like a little bass demo right now. Alright guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and actually test out the subwoofer and see how it sounds. I'm actually pretty excited to see how it's gonna sound, so let's go ahead and do a little test demo for y'all.
Yo, let's pump up the bass line.
Alright, let's see how it sounds, guys. I'll show you in a little bit how it looks. Oh shoot! But hey guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call that a freaking success just because the way it sounds. Honestly, I'm surprised that little subwoofer was actually like that strong and I could like feel it that much. It's pretty crazy how much that little subwoofer it's actually pretty crazy how much bass that little subwoofer is creating, even though it's a little 8-inch, technically 7-inch. I don't know why they sponsor 8-inch, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call that a success, guys. I'm freaking happy with the results, and it's really small, so that little tiny box is freaking badass. But that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoy. Hopefully y'all get motivated to make y'all's own custom subwoofer boxes. Yes, because as y'all saw, we made one and they freaking came out perfect and sounds amazing. So hopefully y'all get some motivation to do that. And also don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video for more future content, and I'll see you all next time.